boys for helping us out, and Maddie. You guys are like the, 7 children I never had.
Thank God.
Yeah, they're just great. Grayson has brought with him these wonderful human beings that just inspire me and make me feel young all over again. Dana and I, we love our empty nest. We really, really love our empty nest, but boy, when they come back in, the house just comes alive. And we're so grateful for you guys to be here. I'm so grateful for you guys to be part of my son's life. You guys are just a great group of people, and I'm so impressed with you, and thank you so much for helping Dana out today to get this together. We couldn't have done it without you. And Maddie, bravo. Bravo. Maddie's going to get a full course in culinary. Dana's going to teach her how to do all that, and I'm going to teach her how to get organized. Other parents are going, like, please.
Let me just tell you, amen.
They're like,
You can do that?
yes.
I'm going to park the red thing.
So, I'm not going to look at anybody who's going to make me cry, and that means my son. I watch a lot of TED Talks. I love TED Talks. I'm not as good as the TED Talks. I'm not as good as Mr. Palmer here. All right? So I'm going to do my best. Grayson said, Mom, I want you to write something. I'm like, oh boy. Okay, here we go. Okay, so usually when I'm asked to write something, I'm right up there. Over willing to declare to the world the emotions and words about a current celebratory moment. But this time when Grayson asked if I was going to write something, it took me completely off guard. Because of the busyness of life, the never-ending home improvement projects, new business endeavors, health and work, the thought of sitting still for a few hours to write down a few words for this significant occasion had escaped me. Or maybe it was just a ruse to fill every minute of my day in hopes to avoid engaging in sentimentalism and what comes with facing sentiment. I grappled with what I was going to speak about, because how do you wrap up 23 years in just a few moments? So we'll start with the formal rigmarole of roasting our gray on this special day and move to something a little less conventional and deeper. Grayson, this is your day. Although in the end of this speech it will be addressed to both you and Megan. For right now, I'm going to address my one and only son. From the start, and Shirley will testify, you entered this world already determined. Only 3 hours of labor and one push, June 1st, 1993, we welcomed an almost 10-pound boy into this world. Like Megan, I fell in love with you the moment they placed you upon my chest. Your face was really, really red, and your head was extremely big.
None of which has changed.
I had my girl, and I now had my boy, and my life was complete. You were a toddler with a constant frown on your face, who loved to run around the lake and the beach butt naked. You were as cute as a button, but until we learned how to communicate with a frustrated toddler, and Shirley can testify to this, who had a lot to say and a lot on his mind, we struggled together with terrible, horrific tantrums until you turned 5. Now my tantrums, well, we don't need to go into detail, but we're still learning how to communicate with Mom. The determination you were born with never wavered. The school thing came really easy for you. Failing was never an option, and you would always come home disappointed when getting anything less than an A. You would set your goals and always hit them and hit them high. You wanted to run the LA Marathon in middle school, and you did. We asked you if you were going to do it again, and you said no. You did it, and then you were moving on. You were always a curious boy. One day, you had wandered off at the beach, and Maureen can testify to this, and I thought I'd lost you. For a moment, which felt like an eternity, I felt sicker than I had ever felt before in my life, except for the time when I lost Megan. I don't know about other parents, but is this a thing, losing your kids? Anyway, I found you and scolded you for wandering off and thought to myself that I was never going to let you out of my sight again. And that lasted just a day. I watched you walk off for the first day of school. I watched you run off to a marathon. I've watched you pack up your room and go away to college. I've watched you drive away in your car to take a road trip with your friends to the Pacific Northwest in the wintertime. All very hard things for a mother to step back and let happen. All the time wishing I could put you in a plastic bubble to protect you. And I'm serious when I tell you to text me a play-by-play when you're on the road, and all the mothers in this garden can testify to that. You always surprise me with the choices you made, and boy, did we battle over those choices. But like me, you were going to do what you were going to do in spite of my beliefs and my concerns. I hope you know that I've learned to respect you for that. You've worked very hard to achieve your degree and follow your convictions. You've accomplished another major goal in your life, and we all stand here today to celebrate and to let you know how proud we are of the young man you've become. Now the real fun begins. The true test of life awaits you. And know that I will always be standing back, as I always have been, to watch you take these next steps into your life. I'll be worried and anxious of having to let you go again, but with great excitement for your future, I will send you off into this marathon called life, not protected in a plastic bubble, but instead with my prayers and my blessing. Job well done, Grayson. You've made Lady Bird very proud. Okay, the roasting's over. Let's switch gears for a moment. Now, for you and Megan. As a young woman bringing two beautiful children into my life in this world, I gazed down upon you the day that you were born, and I wished a promise of giving you a perfect life without struggle. My naivety and endorphins of giving birth awarded me a brief, euphoric moment. Once home without the help of the nurses and overwhelmed with doubt and fear of taking care of these tiny little beings, it dawned on me that this was not going to be easy and as dreamy as I thought it was going to be. The sleepless nights with crying babies, teething, colic, exploding diapers, baby vomit down the front of my dress, emergency room visits, backseat wars between you and your sister on 4-hour daily commutes, financial struggles, a divorce, a new relationship, your adolescent years, your teenage years, and your adult years challenged and tested me in ways I could never have imagined. There were and still are many sleepless nights that are filled with self-doubt and questions of whether I was making the right decisions and choices for you. But with always one goal in mind, to achieve that perfect life without struggle, which always seemed to elude us. I struggled with being a human and losing my cool with you both. I always felt a great deal of guilt for allowing you to see the normal me and not the dreamy Stepford me. Dragging you both through a divorce and dividing my attention between a new relationship and you two weighed heavy on me. Working late hours at the office when I felt I should have been home with the family was another choice I struggled with. But the hardest and most difficult task for me was having to dictate tough love. Laying down my law and watching you walk away, telling you it was my way or hit the road, and then watching you take that road. And as you shut that door behind you, I crumbled. I knew deep down in my heart that this was an unavoidable task, no matter how hard it was to watch you turn away and walk your own path. Right or wrong, I knew this was my way of pushing you out of the nest so you could take flight and learn how to fly. We're parents and we think we're the ones who are supposed to teach you. But what I've found that you were and are also great teachers. What you and your sister have taught me is that no matter what I want to try to control, I will never have control over free spirits that will find their own way no matter what price. You know that cliche, if you love something. I wish I could tell you from this point on your life will be perfect and without struggle. A young mother's naive wish made for her children on the day that they were born. By navigating through my life, I've come to realize that every individual has their own journey and path to walk. And I've learned that forcing my own experiences and journeys on you to protect you from hardship is not feasible. However, I am allowed to warrant a few words of wisdom and advice that might help ease and soften the veracity of life. Inasmuch as I've tried to force you and your sister to do and be what I want you to be, which is an act of hypocrisy because I am the poster child of somebody who for 51 years has always walked to the beat of her own drum. I've had to concede. I've had to concede and insist that you need to be who you are meant to be. All of you. Be who you are meant to be, and nothing less than that. Never forget where you came from. Now this is to all of you young people. Never forget where you came from. Be happy, love healthy, love deeply, embrace life, take chances, laugh hard and very loud, fight passionately, love passionately. Wear what you want to wear, because you do anyways. Look how you want to look, because you do anyways. Listen and rock out to any music that moves you. Paint any picture that you want to paint, and play any song with whatever medium finds you. Take the words no and never out of your vocabulary. And take all excuses out of your daily life, and never, ever give up. Always be true to yourself and to the people that surround you. Never sacrifice the true you for anything or anybody that's not worthy of your truth. While walking your path of truth, be respectful to yourself, to your family, and to the people that surround you. Respect the earth that we live on and the universe that surrounds her. We are here temporarily and need to leave her healthy and well for those who are going to follow us. Never take anybody for granted. Realizing this once they're gone is a very hard lesson. When you hug somebody, really, really hug them. When you make love to someone, be selfless and feel it from your soul. Don't be afraid to cry, and don't be afraid to admit when you're afraid, but be strong and brave and fight back with every inch of your life to protect yourself, those you love, and what you believe in. Know that you're loved. Know that you're loved because you and your sister are a product of a crazy life filled with F-bombs, spontaneous road rage, while being serenaded by Al Green, Queen, Led Zeppelin, and Pink Floyd, all shared and inspired by a feisty and spirited mother, a tattooed going to kick your ass chef biker father, in a house filled with no less than 12 paws, 2 turtles, and all conceived and inspired from a crazy little thing called love. Never forget the lessons we have taught you and the words that I'm speaking to you today. I'm very proud of both my children. Both of them have been granted unique gifts that should be used wisely and unconditionally for the good of this world. I want to leave you with one last thing. Degrees, monies, and accomplishments do not define an extraordinary individual. It's what you do with your achievements that define how extraordinary you will become. This is the word from Lady Bird, La Bouger. No, I love you more. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
I just want to say thank you for all my family, friends who just shaped who I am over the course of 23 years. And I know that I wasn't the easiest child to grow up, being very strong-willed, but I look around and see family, mentors who have really defined my view on what the world is and how to approach it with love and humility. I want to thank my corner right there for being my brothers, sisters, Katie, for walking life with me, for sharpening me, for telling me that I'm wrong when it's so hard to hear. Maddie, for just being so amazing and loving me so well in the midst of a very busy season. And I'm excited to, at least on my end, get less busy. But I just want to say thank you because each one of you are here because you've had an influential role in my life. And you all know what that means to me in individual ways. So I just want to say thank you.
Thank you. So enjoy yourself. Now we can relax. Now that my husband and my girlfriends are crying. 23 years. 23 years. What a wonderful 23 years. And I'm going to tell you, it was not easy.
The 4 years I had with him wasn't easy.
Yeah, it's not easy, but
Shocked it's only been 20
yeah.
years.
But when it's all said and done, I get to look out and look at my son and all his beautiful friends and my family, and it's just all worth it. It's always worth it. So just love each other.
It seems like
I don't know what you're talking about.